Okay, I wanted to talk about struggling, because we all struggle, as they say in my family. But what you want to do is you want to hold on to the belief that no matter how small your goal is, that you're going to reach it. You don't have to set these huge goals. Set a small little goal. My goal is to get into the next set of numbers, which is a 10-pound loss. Completely feasible. If you look at the whole picture, when I started at 304.2, if I would have set it, because my personal goal is 175. I'm going to find out when I go to the doctor's, I think the end of March. I don't know if it's the last week of March or the first week of April, where I go for my yearly physical. I'm going to ask her what she thinks I should weigh. I think she's probably going to say about 165. But if I can get to 175, I'll be really happy. If I can get under 200, I'll be ecstatic, really. But if I look at when I was starting at 304.2, if I was looking at the point that I had to lose 130 pounds, no, I'm not going to do it. There are so many people out there that have lost over 100 pounds. And I give them so much credit. And I just don't think, how did you do that? How did you stay with it for so long? Why did you not give up? Because I've given up in the past. But I've found a program that works. And this is the way I'm going to eat the rest of my life. I know that. So I don't have any problem staying on this plan. So you want to set a weight goal. Instead of setting a weight goal, think of a healthier goal. Just, think like I feel healthier. I know that I needed to lose the weight because my sister had just recently passed from kidney failure and heart issues, and she had diabetes, and she couldn't walk. She was in a wheelchair. She couldn't, she was losing her vision. I didn't want to be like that. I just didn't, and I wanted to take better care of myself. My family has a history of so many diseases, which I'm sure most families do nowadays, and I do think a lot of it is the processed foods with all the additives that are causing the problems. So I try to avoid the processed foods as much as possible. There's no way you can totally eliminate them, in my opinion, and enjoy a nice life. I know there's people out there that eat completely whole foods and they don't have any processed foods at all in their life. Good for you. I know that's not me, but I know I've limited them. I still have the occasional pancake, which is made from, processed foods, a pancake mix. And it is hard to avoid, but it's not impossible. So you just need to slow down. I hear all of you yelling and saying, "We told you so, I told you so." I said that in my earlier video. But fasting slows down your metabolism. I really had a hard time this past week eating 3 meals. It's just not in my DNA. I just have such a hard time. But it was proven to me that the 3 meals make a difference, because I went crazy on Sunday, went right back on track on Monday, but Monday through Friday I ate 3 meals every day, and it was difficult. At the end of the day, I always felt overly full. I felt hungrier as I was eating the 3 meals than when I just ate the 2 meals. But the scale proved to me that I need to eat 3 meals, and so my goal is to eat 3 meals again this week, and I'm going to try to do it. No, I am going to do it. I'm not going to try to do it. I am going to do it. Don't equate being fat as being bad. Just because you're fat or overweight doesn't mean that you're like any less of a person than anybody else. You've just met some difficulties along the road, and now you're trying to take control of it, and you're trying to fix it. And that's all you can do. You have to give yourself a new perspective of how you want to lose your weight and what your goal is. Everybody wants to be thinner, but you have to work at it. I really, truly believe that I would have been some hot young chick in the car today when I got stuck in the snow. Those 2 men that were out there. Because I got stuck, I didn't tell you. I got stuck on the way going, and I got stuck coming back on the same area. And the car ahead of me got stuck too. But they weren't, so they had a truck. And they must have put it in 4-wheel drive, because then they took off and they were fine. But I got stuck in the exact same spot. And there was 2 men out there shoveling snow, and neither one of them came to help me. So I just was going back and forth until I got out, because I was determined. And that's just the point I am in my life. I'm determined. I am not going to let anything stop me from doing what I want to do. I wanted to get out. I wanted to go to my meeting. Jim offered to drive me, and I told him, no, I can do this. And I know that I can do this. I knew that if I had a shovel in my car, I could have dug myself out. I know I could have got out if I had to. I didn't need them, which I proved to them I didn't need them. And the same thing with my weight loss journey. I do need you guys to help me though, but in the same regard, I don't really need you because I'm making these decisions on my own, and nobody's telling me this is what you should eat and this isn't what you shouldn't eat. I'm making the choices for myself, and I think I'm making some pretty good choices lately because I am losing weight. Even when I was having my slow little 3-week little slowdown where I had the gains, the small gains, they were so small. Like I had a 0.2, then a 0.2, then a 0.3. The old Sandy would have had a 3 pound, a 3 pound, and a 5 pound. And I would have just gave up. So I just know that I'm doing so much better. And think of how great you feel when you overcome any obstacle in your way. I loved when I got out of the snow and I could just drive without their help. It was like, goodbye, see you later, I don't need your help. I got out of the snow. Not to say that if they would have offered to help, I wouldn't have accepted it, because yes, I would have accepted it. But I proved to them and I proved to myself that, you know, I can manage, I can get by. Everybody needs that little help along the way sometimes, but you have to know that a lot of times you can do it on your own. You don't need that extra push. You don't need that extra pat on the back. You know yourself that you can do it if you just try. And you don't have to sacrifice to eat well. I know that I don't like paying $56 a month to go to Weight Watchers, which is what it costs here in Michigan, to go to the meetings. But I spend $56 a month on junk food and eating out easily, if not more. And I think I'm worth $56 a month. And I'm going to get to that goal, and I'm going to go to the meetings for free. And it's going to pay off in the long run. I'm just going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. And I'm not sacrificing. I'm eating what I enjoy. I'm still eating my fruit, but now I'm eating it later. I'm not eating it all at one time. I've made some adjustments along the way so that I can still accommodate my fruit addiction, as they say. But I'm going to do it. I don't know. I know it sounds like I keep saying it like I'm trying to convince myself. I'm not trying to convince myself because I've already realized that I am going to do it. It's just a matter of when I'm going to do it. And what you want to do is think of all the great things you've seen in your life. You know, like the birth of my children, going to the Grand Canyon, being in Hawaii was beautiful, going to the Bahamas on the Disney cruise. Just, there's so many things I've seen in my life. But losing this weight just really in a way doesn't compare to it. 64 pounds, it's just, was it 64? I forgot. It's just, I don't want to tell you the wrong amount, but 63.9, 64 pounds I'm going to say. But I just feel so happy, and that's how I feel. Seeing that I've lost 64 pounds, I can compare it to seeing the beauty of the Grand Canyon. It's beyond anything I could ever believe. I would have never thought I'd get this far in my journey, and I'm going to continue going on. I know it. I have no doubt. But hopefully that helped. I meant to tell you that this was from, I like to give credit where credit's due, from the Oprah book, which I'm reading chapter by chapter and sharing with you. I'm not sharing the recipes too much because they're kind of hoity-toity for me. Not to say that they're not good recipes. I don't want it to come out like that. But it's a lot of foods that I don't eat. And I can't justify spending the money to get something just for a pinch of this or a pinch of that when I can substitute something else. Well, some of the recipes I did, like the cucumber salad, I substituted the dressing and what else did I do in there? I did one other thing, I thought. But, you know, like I've done other foods that I've tweaked that I really love. And I've tweaked them that I can still eat them and enjoy them. And so far, Jim hasn't figured out that they're lower calories and lower fat. And until he does, I'm going to continue on doing that. So I'm going to go watch some videos, get my weekly update posted, and continue on with my day. So I will see you at dinner. I got a Jimmy John's for dinner, but I tracked the points, but I forget right offhand. I wrote it down when I saw it. So I think I'm only going to eat half the sub today and half the sub tomorrow. Divide it up. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Okay, we're going to have the sub and some chips, a glass of water, 12 points for the sub, 5 for the ounce of chips, and 17 points. I have 3 points I used of my weeklies. I completely enjoyed my sub and the chips, but it's been so long since I've had food like that that I have a headache. It wasn't worth it. I should have had something a little healthier, but just drinking a lot of water, trying to see if that'll pass. Other than that, I feel pretty good. Like I said, the plow came down the street, but I just watched the news a little while ago, and we're supposed to get 2 to 4 inches tonight. So we'll see. I'm not going to tape tomorrow, so I will see you guys on Monday. Be good.